People often ask me how I earn my money. So I always tell them that I have a social media company and that generates me basically passive income every month. And so when I tell that, people are very curious, like, wow, how do you do that? And why? What's the reason? And why you not invest in stock markets? So today I want to share with you the difference between private equity and stock market and why I choose to invest in the private equity. Stay tuned for more. Hey, my name is Marek. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm a business owner and entrepreneur, and today I'm going to share with you why I invest in private equity and not in the stock market. So, I have a couple of reasons why I do that, and number three, the most important reason, but the first two is, number one, it gives me full control. So if I invest in private equity, I get full control of the business, meaning I get to choose direction. So see it like your own boss, right? If you have your own business, you can decide whatever you want to do. If I put my money into stock markets, well, if I have a large chunk of the company, which means I probably need to have millions or sometimes even billions, unless I have that, I have nothing to say in the company. So if I invest in private equity, I get full control. Usually, like what I did in my case, I have 100% ownership, so it means I get to choose and I get to say what's going to happen. And let's say I learned something about marketing and I learned something to change the direction of the business in that marketing course that I learned, and I can choose the next day or the same day to implement those things. And that's what I love about private equity, because I get the control, I get the benefits as well, which I dive into it in the next point. So the second point is all risk and responsibility is on me. That's the reason why I choose private equity. And some people don't want to have risk and responsibility. I get that. If you want to invest in stocks and you want to get passive income, then I get why you invest in stocks. But here's the thing. If I do invest in stocks, I need to have way more money to get like a good return. And why I like the risk and responsibility to be on me, because it gives me a reason to get out of bed every morning, right? If I don't do anything on my business will probably die. Not tomorrow, not next month, but it will slowly die. And so it gives me a reason to get out of bed. It gives me also a reason to, work on things. Which brings me to number three, is that, I like to work on things. I like to bite my teeth into something, and I like to learn new things. Like I said, I follow a marketing course and I like to implement that, or I follow another course about how to automate my business, and I can immediately implement that. So I like the whole building of a business, which you don't get obviously when you invest in stock market. It's just a passive tool, right? And so back to this previous point, by the way, about risk and responsibility. Also, I get to choose the outcome, which means that, if I don't do anything about the business, it's my own fault. If I give control to someone else, what happens? Sometimes people mess up. People in the company, they quit or they fraud or something, that I don't have any control over, which I do have with private equity. And mind you, Warren Buffett, the greatest investor, he started out in private equity. He didn't start in like stock market like you and me, like the small guys do, right? They put money in the stock market and they get like $50. No, he started in private equity. So the last point, number four, is the reason why I choose private equity over stock. It is an infinite greater return on investment. So if I invest in private equity, my return can be way higher than investing in stock market. Yes, of course, it takes me more time, it takes me more effort, but the return can be like 500x, 1000x, even more than that in 1 year. And so, for example, my first business that I bought it in 2019, at the end of 2019, and I run some calculation and some projections, and it, I would get a return probably of around 50% per year. I end up doing more than that, way more than that. And so that shows you the power of private equity, because the first month we did a 30% revenue increase. And if I invest in the stock market, again, I give control to other people and I don't know, what's going to happen. And so I get it. For most people, it's not possible to invest in private equity because they either don't have the capital, well, there's a way around that, or two, they don't have enough time. Well, there's also a way around that. So if you go to one of these brokers like flippa.com or microacquire.com, they list you a whole list of businesses that are for sale, and you can basically select everything you want. You can filter on any detail, like the price it sells for, the monthly revenue it sells for, how many hours you need to work, and some businesses even require just like 10 hours a week. Well, if you work 5 days a week, then you get a Saturday, or you get 1 extra or 2 extra hours every day you can put in the business. So, and that, when you do that and you grow that business, then hopefully at one point you can replace your job and you can replace your income. So these are the 4 reasons why I invest in private equity instead of the stock market. So if you want to know the 14 criteria that I used to buy my first business, then definitely check out the next video. All right, thank you for watching. Give a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. God bless.